Century N-PAP 762 by 39. This particular one has the synthetic handguards on it. It has the 6-position collapsible stock. This particular one is Tapco. I just picked this up recently, and I had an AK-63D, and I haven't done a video on that, and I won't, because I traded that one for this one because I wanted the collapsing stock. Not a traditional AK, but it still has the cleaning rod, so it's pretty cool though. It shoots just like an AK. It's wonderful. Oh, found some melons, cantaloupe, and some pineapple. Pineapple's not really a melon, but it'll still work. Oh, that cut that right in half. That's pretty sweet. Ha! Well, Full Metal Jacket really doesn't do a ton to cantaloupes and pineapples. But it's still fun to shoot them. We got some remnants. The AK. It's fun. Shooting watermelons, cantaloupes, pineapples is good, clean fun. And it does the job, not too bad. I got another AK video for you guys. It's not Romanian, but it's the Century Arms N-PAP. Of course, it's unloaded. There's your safety check. This course is more of the... It's not a tactical variant. I mean, tactical's kind of thrown around loosely nowadays. It's just a different variant of the NPAP by Century Arms. So the NPAP is a Serbian AK. Of course, it's not the real deal. It's not fully automatic. It doesn't have the wonderful selector lever. Of course, the fully automatic AKs will have the lever that goes halfway right there, which is fully automatic. Of course, it has the points. This point right here, where it would make it fully automatic. But of course, because of unconstitutional NFA law, you cannot have any machine gun manufactured after 1986. So, the NPAP, from what I've seen and shot from it, is a very high quality AK variant. The attention to detail on this gun is tremendous. It's awesome, and even the block is really well done on the AK. This particular AK, I'm sorry, and where the sight is, I don't know, maybe my camera can capture it, but it's actually milled, which is great, and I'll kind of show that in comparison to, and they're all probably milled, but if you look at this, is the Norinco, the Mac 90. This thing is hideous. Just the detail, it's just not there. It's just not the same. It's just much nicer if you're looking at both side by side. I want to say the gas blocks, I think. And you guys can quote me on this on the comment section. But I think there was probably MPAP or stamped. Where on this, the Serbian PAP, it looks like it's milled. And this also looks like it's stainless steel. This goes up to out to 1,000 meters. Good luck with that, the 76239. It has proof marks. So I don't know if you can see it right there, but 2013, that's when this one, or this part was made. Of course, you have your side rail for optics. Mount your claw here for optics. That sits over your top cover here. And it has the chrome bolt, which is pretty interesting. It has a TAPCO G2 trigger, which is much better than a standard AK trigger. I'm going to bring out, where is my Draco? I did a review on this gun. It was much better than the Draco pistol. Oh, there goes my other gun. Okay, check this one. Make sure this is clear. There you go. It's clear. So this is just a standard AK trigger. It's pretty bad on the Draco. The TAPCO G2 is awesome. I know Century has the new Red Army standard trigger out. I can't remember what it is called, but also really nice trigger. And on the PAP, another thing is this darn safety is really tight on it. Got to break that in. So in general, the entire gun, the Century PAP, N-PAP, because there's the OPAP. The N-PAP, this particular one, was assembled. It's awesome. The quality control is great. Now, the difference between the rifle and pistol, I know they're two different things, but the pistol does not have to meet 922R compliance, which the rifles do. So that's why this particular gun has the TAPCO G2 trigger, has to have so many parts made here in the US. So, and again, you guys can comment below and say, hey, I know these parts X, Y, and Z are manufactured here in the States. Could be the barrel. The barrel is a 16-inch chrome lined cold hammer forged barrel. So pretty nice barrel right there. Going into the NPAP versus the OPAP has a little bit thicker of a receiver, and it also has the ability for night sights, which is awesome. If any of you guys have Yugo SKSs, some of the Yugos have the same thing, the night sight option. So one really weird thing about this gun that other AKs do not have is this button. You gotta push this button in and take the top cover off. Not a big fan of that. I would do without that. Honestly, I really don't like that at all. It just takes an extra step to take something off that's really easy. The upside, though, keep hitting this camera, I'm sorry, is you don't really have any play in the top cover. It doesn't rattle around. It's pretty tight to the gun, which is nice. If you look at the Draco, it's still tight, but it's a little bit looser. Like that. It rattles around a little bit more. So that's a little bit nicer of a top cover for sure. Where's my Mac at? We get on the Norinco. So the Norinco's pretty solid too, but not too bad. Has of course your traditional slant brake on it. Pretty standard stuff. You can change that out if you want to. The rivets, quality control. After shooting this gun, we've had upwards of 1,000 rounds on it. Rivets are looking good. Everything's looking pretty solid on this gun. I did buy this gun used, so it's probably had more than 1,000 rounds pumped through it. But I'm going to show you the bolt and everything. The bolt I like because it's chrome, and it's a little bit different though. I'll kind of show you what I mean by this. See this button here? Gotta keep pushing this in just to get stuff out, which I really don't like, but it is what it is. So, of course, everything's standard there. Here's a bolt. Oh. So, wear and everything is consistent with what AKs should be, but it has this like little rough patch here on the bolt, almost like milling marks. I'm not 100% impressed with that, but it's okay. It'll work. The bolts, it's okay. I mean, it kind of looks like an interesting machine job on some of the aspects of the bolt here, to be honest with you. So I don't know if that came from Serbia or if this is here in the States. I don't know, but it's kind of a interesting job, to say the least. Here's a trigger in here. Pretty standard G2 setup here. A lot of guys are saying to mill this down, and I'm not going to do that because I don't see the need to do that, in my opinion, on this gun. So to reassemble, of course, all you guys have AKs. You just reverse exactly what I just did. You guys probably already know that. This one is a tight AK. That's for sure. Do it off. It's always easy to do it off camera. I don't know why. I'm not under pressure or something. Okay, finally got that stupid cover back on, and it's just a stupid. That button is just, like I said, when it gets to the top cover, very stupid design, in my opinion. It takes twice as long to pop a top cover on and off than it should take. I don't know. It is what it is, right? You'll curse a little bit when you're doing it because it's just not as easy. So you're gonna sacrifice for quality. That's just, I hate that thing. Anyways, so there's some things I like. Of course, it's an AK, so it's reliable. I didn't have any hang-ups with this gun at all. It takes all my AK mags in inventory, so good old surplus Hungarian. Takes that pretty easily. It has some magazine wobble on Hungarian. Not too bad. It does have some. Then the US Palm Mag, and I really don't think the US Palm Mag gets a lot of attention, and it should, because it's really great. But it takes that one just fine. Not a lot of magazine wobble on that one. Of course, the surplus Romanian, you get these for next to nothing right now, like what, $8-9 or something. A little bit of magazine wobble again, just like the Hungarian mag. Magpul, the Gen 1 AK mags, good range mags. Don't go to war with them or anything because they're not great. Again, works on that. You notice that cut on by my thumb there? That's from this good old AK trying to reassemble it. Bit me. And then waffle mags, Bulgarian mags. These are awesome. This is the 40 round. Locks in there just great. Love it. Love this mag. This mag is very heavy though. 40 rounds of 7.6239. You can feel it. But accuracy, going to that real quick. It's an open sight gun. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more human error in it, but I'll kind of show you some of my targets. But I had 100 yards, 1,500 yards. I'm sorry. Generally, the AK is not as accurate as the AR in most circumstances, most of the time. So, if I'm hitting 4 MOA open sight at 100, I mean, it's an AK. That's cool. That works for me. So I set it a little bit high still. It's shooting a little bit high. But like I said, that's Tula. I could get these groups tighter obviously with the scope, but whatever. Probably terrible shot groups. This one's a little bit better here at the flyer. This is Wolf. This is 50 yards. Yeah. Actually, my 100-yard target's like, but fly up there again. 2 of them. But I'm gonna take it. It's an open sight AK. If I threw an optic on it, which eventually I'm gonna get a mount. When it comes to AK stuff, there's certain mounts that you want to stay away from and you want to go with. And honestly, I'm pretty new to AK still, so I'm kind of feeling my way around the AK stuff. One of the interesting things is the stock. I swapped the stock out because when you're shooting it, it just, the cheek weld just isn't right, and it hurts because there's no buffer spring here. So you're taking a lot more recoil to your shoulder and of course your cheek. So I got to figure out a different stock for this than what I have on it now, because this is not working. But what I do like with this AK compared to a traditional AK like this, just my Mac, and I can tell you that if one thing you notice is a slick side, which means it doesn't have the ability to mount any optics once you do your scope mount here, and I don't like that. The 7.6239, you can range this cartridge out to 600 yards if you want to. Depends on how good of a shot you are. It depends on your optics and everything. It's all possible. Another thing with this gun, especially at the range, when you have to go check your targets downrange and there's a bunch of people there, you need to hold open your bolt. Right here allows you to do that. You can hold this to the rear. Where on your regular AK, on this Mac, you can't. Very standard. So you've seen this gun here when I was doing the Draco. Well, I have to do a review on this AK, and I'll kind of explain. The Mac is a collector's item. Mac 90. It's not an AK I would ever suggest using as your primary, your under the bed gun or anything, because it's just, there's certain things about it, and I'll get into that when I do the review, that you're not going to want. If you want to make this in more of a tactical AK, what's nice is you still have this knuckle here. It's not as bad as the ATI stuff, the folders. Those are terrible. It creates an overall length that is bad, in my opinion. So this is manageable. I can live with this. The forend, if you wanted to, because this, I mean, it's synthetic. It's kind of like, it's still an AK. It just is, it's halfway there in terms of being tactical, I guess. You can put, Magpul has the forends, it keeps it light, and that's something maybe I'll look at as I get maybe a traditional AK in the collection, but the wood AK. Do you want to change this out? Don't like this. It's too slim in my opinion, so I have to look at something different there. But so far, great gun. I like it, the AK. I had an AK-63D. You saw that in the intro. I said, hey, not going to do a video on that. I traded the AK-63D for this, just for the simple fact that underfolders look cool on the rack. When you're buying an AK, you're like, man, that is so cool. I can underfold it, throw it in the backseat of the pickup. But extremely uncomfortable to shoot, and especially when it gets winter, it's cold. It's just not ergonomic. It wasn't for me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna swap that. And it was a slick side receiver because it's a milled receiver, and I wasn't a big fan of that either. So I just said, you know what, I'm done with it. Another thing too with that gun is the front sights started walking out on it, and I don't know why, but it did, and I wasn't very impressed at all. The parts kit, because it's Hungarian parts kit, is awesome. Very good quality on Hungarian. Some say it's some of the best parts kits you can buy. I hear that about Bulgarian parts kits, but I would have to say, if we could get parts kits from Russia, everybody would just say the Russian parts kits are the best, I bet you. And I mean, the Russians, hey,
Kalashnikov. Created the Kalashnikov rifle. So you would think they would know what they're doing. But I'm going to wrap it up. Doing the market for an AK. The NPAP, OPAP. Great rifles. Quality's there. Hate that stupid button. I wish they would get rid of that. Drives me nuts. I was off camera cussing and everything. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll keep bringing videos, and we'll see you next time.